Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, thank you so much for stopping by to watch this video. To all of my old and returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support towards this channel. On this channel, I share a lot of helpful and useful updates. Information I believe will be beneficial to my audience, especially if you're a registered nurse and you're not subscribed to this channel, then you are wrong. Make sure you subscribe to this channel before you leave. You can also check my channel description for more updates on the kind of information that I share on this channel. For you to get notified when I share a new video, kindly turn my post notification on. Today, I want to share with you a very important piece of information. And if you are a nurse, then you should keep watching this video. I've gotten a lot of questions from registered nurses from countries on the red list like Ghana and Nigeria. And they want to know if the UK is still recruiting registered nurses from these areas. And my answer to you is yes, because I've got a lot of clients and candidates who recently migrated to the UK and they are from the red list countries. So you are still absolutely welcome to the United Kingdom to practice as a nurse. So if you're in a red list country and you are not getting a job, then you are most definitely doing something wrong. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you tips that will help you to secure a job in the United Kingdom if you are from a red list country. I'll also share with you pathways that you require IELTS for, and the ones that you do not need to have IELTS to go through the pathway. So in this video, I'll be sharing this important piece of information with you. All I need you to do is to pay attention and take note of all the information that I will provide for you in this video. Without wasting much of our time, let us go right into the main updates for today. In 2018, 2019, things were easier because we didn't have situations like red list country. And in case you don't know what I am talking about, what I mean by red list countries, this list was compiled by WHO, which is the World Health Organization, in order to guide employers in the UK on the country that they should recruit from. So according to WHO, there are areas that are highly poached. Poaching means that UK is really draining the healthcare professionals from these sectors, and that is why these countries are on the red list, because World Health Organization is trying to preserve the healthcare sector in these areas. You'll be wondering, oh, are they not brain draining in countries like Philippines or India? No, these countries, even though they are brain draining, their government doesn't care so much. So their government is in an agreement with the UK for them to recruit, nurses or healthcare professionals generally from these areas. However, even with the red list country, it does not mean that you cannot still get a job from this country. You can still apply for jobs directly by yourself. I also share with you how to get a job in the United Kingdom, the tips and the tricks that you need to click in for you to get a job in the United Kingdom, because there are jobs available for you if you do things the right way. Before we go to the jobs, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the whole migration pathway from red list country. You're probably already familiar with this pathway because nothing has really changed. And the first migration pathway I'll share with you is sponsored pathway. So this sponsored pathway, it can either be self-sponsored or sponsored by your employer. So this implies that when you start your registration with the Nursing and Midwifery Council UK and you want to start applying for jobs, you will look out for employers that are ready to sponsor your migration pathway, that are ready to sponsor you through the examination, to migrate to the UK, your flight ticket, accommodation, and all of the benefits that comes with employer sponsorship. So the first thing for you to do if you want to come to the UK as a registered nurse, the first thing for you to do is to register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council UK. I currently have videos on how to migrate to the UK as a registered nurse, the pathway, all of the pathways. You can go through those videos and get the in-depth information. I'm gonna try as much as possible to make this video also super packed that you can absolutely refer to this video when you get stuck. I got questions like, so MJ, do I need to have experience, or do I not need to have experience? The answer is you need to have experience and you don't need to have experience. And why did I say that? It's because there are employers in the UK that are happy to recruit new grads. They will clearly state that new grads are welcomed. So that means that they don't need you to have post-qualification experience, because they believe that the experience that you gained while you were still a student during your clinicals, they are also enough for you to start with. So yes, there are employers that are happy to recruit you without any without any post-qualification experience at all, and also they are the ones that will simply specify that they want you to have at least 1 year post-qualification experience. So as soon as you're getting through with your nursing school, start searching for employers that are happy to recruit you, with that experience when you get to that stage. Okay, so the first thing is register with Nursing and Midwifery Council UK. You go to the Nursing and Midwifery Council website and you start in. The best thing about this registration is that the Nursing and Midwifery Council also has a checklist for you to know what you need to have on hand when you want to start this application. Number one thing is that if you're going through the IELTS required pathway, when you're registering with Nursing and Midwifery Council UK, you'll be required, if you're from a non-English speaking country, and of course, most countries like Nigeria and Ghana are non-English speaking countries. The requirements for this are all on the NMC UK's website. So once you have this requirement, you start your registration with Nursing and Midwifery Council UK. You provide all of the information that you need to provide for them at each point of this registration. You'll be cleared to take your test of competency 1 and also cleared to take your test of competency 2. Now, if it is employer sponsored, when you get into the United Kingdom, you will then need to take your OSCE, which is your test of competency 2. Your employers will put you through, they will give you all of the trainings that you require for this examination. You don't even need to worry so much about it, because most employers, especially NHS employers, are super supportive during your preparation for the OSCE. Going through the IELTS required pathway, then you need to take your IELTS first and get it cleared. Some employers are not ready to sponsor you. Or they are ready for you to come into the UK, do it all by yourself, and then they refund you, they reimburse you. That's what some employers do. And now, what some of my clients have been doing is they actually go through the whole pathway themselves, which means that at the point where you need to register and take your OSCE, they come to the United Kingdom themselves for their OSCE, take the OSCE training, and then they go back to their country and then they start searching for jobs. So if you're going through the self-sponsored pathway, when you get to the point where you need to take your test of competency 2, you then need to apply for a visiting visa. So this visiting visa is a visa that you are coming shortly to take exam. That is the purpose of the visit. You don't need to be scared about taking OSCE. The best part about registering for OSCE is that when you're registering for your OSCE, whichever center that you have chosen to take your OSCE, they will provide you with study materials, and you can also register with them for trainings that will help you to prepare well for your examination. All of this information, they are on Nursing and Midwifery Council UK website, but I'm going to give you quickly a list of centers that you can register with to take your OSCE if you're self-sponsoring and coming down to the United Kingdom. Currently, there are 5 approved OSCE test providers, and one is Oxford Brookes University, Ulster University, University of Northampton, Northumbria University, and Leeds Teaching Hospital NHS Trust. I'm going to drop all of the links to all the references in this video in the description. So visit my description to get the links to all of the references in this video. Like I said, the best thing about NMC UK website is that they provide you with all the information you need. All the information you need to prepare for your OSCE, different test stations that are available, everything will be provided to you by NMC UK. And also the test centers, the test provider that you register with will give you all the study materials that you need and the study links that you need to prepare for this examination. Once you pass your OSCE, congratulations. You can search for jobs before you leave the country. It's not against your visa type, and you can also decide to go back to the country and start searching for jobs. If you decide to wait and apply for jobs within the country while you were, after taking your OSCE, you've passed your OSCE, you've gotten your results, and then you decide to stay within the country to actually, apply for jobs, that's fine. But the thing is that the employers might still require you to go back and come back in, so they will give you a certificate of sponsorship because now you're registered, fully registered, and you have NMC PIN. I've talked to you about the IELTS required pathway. There are lots of waivers to IELTS now. If you have not watched my video on the recent changes to the requirement for IELTS, kindly check that video. Let's talk about the other pathways that you do not need IELTS for. With this pathway, you don't need to have IELTS. It's not required. You don't need to take OET. They are not required. The first pathway that I'll share with you is the study pathway. Yeah, if you want to come to the UK, although this is not a pathway that I really like because I feel like it's expensive. You can get an employer to sponsor you, you can start working faster, but you have to study. And most of the time, if you're coming directly from your country to United Kingdom to study, you're coming on a tier 4 visa, which means that you cannot study part-time and work full-time because you are coming. It means you will be studying full-time and working part-time. So which one do you think makes more sense? So it makes more sense for you to actually work full-time and study part-time. So that's why I encourage people to come into the UK, and then when they start working, you even get your employers to sponsor you to study. But if you are struggling with taking the IELTS, that is your problem, then this pathway is for you. There are lots of universities that you do not need to sit IELTS or OET or whatever English test to actually study in these universities. I have videos on the list of universities that are cheap, affordable, and you can study in them without sitting IELTS. So I'll drop the link to that video in the description. Another no IELTS pathway that I do recommend for nurses is the carers pathway. For the carers pathway, IELTS is optional. There are other ways that you can prove that you can communicate in English language under this pathway. Because if you come into the UK and you've practiced as a carer for about a year, you can get a reference letter from your employer that you communicate well in English, and that reference will serve as a supporting information for you to then register as a registered nurse in the United Kingdom. This is a pathway that lots of my clients have been taking. I remember when I first mentioned that registered nurses should take the carers pathway, and some people listened, some did not. Good enough, the people who listened and they took the carers pathway are now on their way to becoming registered nurses. How amazing, like how amazing. Once you've made up your mind on the kind of pathway that you want to go through, the next thing for you is to get a job. And I'm going to share with you different websites that you can get jobs. If you're going through the self-sponsored pathway, you won't really have so much difficulty getting a job because you have taken the OSCE and you have lots of employers that are ready to employ you. But if you're going to the employer pathway and you need to search for jobs, then you might find it a bit challenging getting a job from a red list countries. But here are the list of websites that will help you to get a job in the United Kingdom, even from a red list country. First one I want to share with you is sending cold emails. So I've got a lot of clients that got their jobs by sending cold emails. And what do I mean by cold emails? It means that you are sending an unsolicited email. They did not ask you. You just decided to go and look for an employer and send them an email that you want to work with them. Okay, for instance, maybe you look up, University of Northampton on LinkedIn, and I always recommend LinkedIn for this kind of, for getting contact of hospitals, because most hospitals, most organizations are on LinkedIn, and they also actively look out for, they look out for candidates that will work for them, even via LinkedIn. So if you don't have LinkedIn right now, install LinkedIn Jobs, and use this app in the right way. You need to update your profile, make it look so professional, put yourself out there, so that when you're sending cold emails and they decide to go and look up your LinkedIn profile, they are happy to also, strike a conversation with you. So the first one is sending cold emails. Reach out to this employer, send them emails on, market yourself to them and talk about why you want to work with them, and attach your CV. Now, the area where you need to attach your CV, don't just work on your subject. The subject of your email matters a lot. Some people will just send emails without a subject. How are they supposed to prioritize your information? How are they supposed to prioritize your email rather? How? So you need to use a suitable subject for your email. Another thing is, when you're attaching your CV, make sure you name the file, the CV file, as with your name, not something funny. Make sure that CV is very professional. A lot of people have very badly written CV. So this area, you need to get someone that is experienced to review your CV, so that when they see your CV, they are really pinned to you, that they need to reach out to, that they want to reach out to you from your CV. Your CV introduces your personality. So get someone to review your CV before sending this cold email. See, send as many as possible, because you don't know which one is gonna click, right? Other application websites that you can use to apply for jobs are indeed.co.uk, read.co.uk, totaljobs.com, better jobs, nhsjobs.net. All these websites are available for you to apply for jobs. But when you're applying for jobs on this website, the most important part of your application is your supporting statement and your employment details. Now, your employment history is very important, because if you give an employment history that is not complete or up to date, it might not make the employer to be really interested in you. So that's where filling your employment gap comes in. It's always an option that asks you about employment gaps, and you can simply put transition between new roles, or annual leave or maternity leave. Just make sure that you fill your employment gap. The other thing is your supporting statement. A supporting statement is not just an essay or something that you start repeating what you already listed as your roles and responsibilities. I have reviewed loads of supporting statements, and I know that a lot of people make these mistakes with supporting statement. They don't even know what to write. I have a video for you on how to write a supporting statement that I have gotten a lot of testimonies about. Use that video to structure your supporting statement. If you need someone to review your supporting statement, maybe you need to have written a supporting statement, all I need to do is review it for you. I do that. I'll drop the link to this service in this video description. Coming to the UK comes with a whole lot of benefits. UK is not perfect, but it's a stepping stone to whatever level you want to achieve. Wasting your time in the country, taking so long, not knowing what to do, you're really wasting your time. It's going to make things more prolonged for you. So why not come to the United Kingdom? So please make sure that you make use of all of the information I have shared with you in this video. If you're looking for someone to review your CV or review a supporting statement, I do review CVs and supporting statements for your token. Check my video description for the links to this service. Be very careful in the comment section. I do not have a helpline. I do not work with anyone. I am not an immigration officer. I don't give visas. I don't give jobs to anyone. All I do on this channel is to help you with information that help you to transition smoothly to the United Kingdom and any other country that you are interested in. Alright guys, we finally come to the end of this video. I hope that you found this video really helpful in your journey to the United Kingdom. If you found this video useful, make make sure you like and share this video with your colleagues. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel before you leave. Turn my post notification on, because I got loads of interesting and amazing information coming for you. If you're not interested in the UK, there are loads of other countries that I have shared their pathways on my YouTube channel. Feel free to go through them. They are free for you to watch. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.